We are the enlargers. We are the doers. We're the fighters, we are the dreamers. We understand the way the world is, and we are sufficiently immodest and sufficiently ambitious that we wish the world to be a better place than the one we found it. We are here in politics for a reason. Our reason is to make a difference. Ben Shipley famously called it the light on the hill. He called it the light on the hill. Of course it's the light on the hill. Others would say that we're into nation building, and of course we are into nation building. But tonight, in launching Shayne's campaign, I would like to suggest to you that the case for Labor is that we are dreaming and doing and fighting for a good society. A good society. All of you would not be here if you haven't always been committed to it, and you always will be committed to it. Shayne Neumann, you and I, we have vision, we've got a bit of purpose. That makes us distinct from our opponents in this election. As Shayne said, you can call them Liberals, you can call them Tories. Whatever you choose to call them, one thing is for sure. They are the people who are the shrinkers. They would take a vision of this country and shrink it and cut it. They deny change. They say that the world that we live in is too hard to compete in, that Australia can't measure up, that there is no way that we can compete with the rest of the world unless we throw overboard the fair go, that it is too hard in this country to have a high-skilled, highly educated, well-remunerated workforce, that is somehow inimical to our future. As Tony Abbott has said, there have to be winners and there have to be losers. That is not our way. They cannot see what you can see in this room, which draws you here tonight to this bar, to this place. The opposition are always looking at what's coming, and then they slam the car into reverse, the car of the nation into reverse. They are eagerly looking for the clutch, where they can reverse back into the Howard years, back into the Menzies years. They detour around the legacy of Fraser. He's a little unstable these days. But they will make a detour to pick up old Bob Sand and Maria. Our opponents are actually the nostalgia brigade. They dream of a country which has long since changed. They look at the country for the perfect white picket fences. They never get it, they never do. They think the future is too hard. They think the past is where you should stay. They will promise everything and deliver nothing. They will tell you that Australia can pull down the blinds. They will tell you that the Asian century is not happening. They will tell you that climate change is a hoax. They will tell you that the need to save and increase superannuation for an ageing population is too premature. They will tell you that the digital era is not really where the game is. Why do we need the national broadband network when they can bring it somewhere near your house and you can pay $5,000 to see if you can join the modern economy and the modern society? It's all too hard in their world. They would say to you that the global financial crisis, which the truth of is and was for most of the rest of the world, the global financial recession, they will have you believe that Labor didn't save jobs through the building education revolution. They will have you believe that the 120,000 people who worked on 24,000 projects in nearly 10,000 schools didn't happen. Oh, we could have done it cheaper. Why on earth would you ever use steel in a school when you can use bamboo and paper? These people always miss the opportunity to miss the opportunity. They would also say that in our economy, we haven't created nearly 1 million new jobs, which we have. They would say that this hasn't happened. They would tell you that the biggest education reforms of needs-based funding so that every child, no matter where they live, in the Somerset region, or in Ipswich, or in Ascot, or in Hamilton, wherever you live, government or non-government, they would say that the biggest education changes were we at last clear room in our budget to put the resources in the best thing any parent can do, which is invest in the long-term resilience and education of their children. They would call it a Komsky. The next day, though, they'd say they are it. They would try and sell you a faux conversion on the road to education with all the credibility of a knockoff Bali handbag and say it's the real product. If you want to have a good education in this country, why would you buy the imitation product? And they will keep telling us that Labor has had its day. They would say on the National Disability Insurance Scheme, we did nothing. We did nothing. And when Labor does something, they would say they're on a unity ticket, even though they've contributed nothing to the debate, the ideas and the direction and the fundamental principle of empowerment for hundreds of thousands of Australians who don't currently share in an equal life with other Australians. But if you want a three-word slogan, they are your mob. You cannot go past them. They are not the imitation, they're the real deal. And in recent days, they have been adding to their three-word slogans. Unaffordable, unfair schemes. Cash for boats. Buy the boats. Hide Eric events. Even though they're more often than not the backward-looking conservatives, sometimes they can actually be radical right-wingers. And this is where workplace relations certainly passes that test. They would say that they've learned